Ahoy, mateys! Me pirate name be Jimmy the Unwatched. That's the guy who makes the YouTube videos that nobody watches. Yar! Ha ha ha! That really hurts my throat, so I'm not going to do that anymore. But before I get into my video, I wanted to talk a little bit about my favorite booty. No. Not that booty, this booty. No. You know what? Forget it. I just want to talk about the cool stuff that Sea of Thieves offered because I got booty. I meant treasures from those guys. So let's talk a little bit about what I got at the launch event at the Microsoft store, and I'll tell you a little bit about how great it was. So here you can see a couple posters that I got. Basically, the Microsoft store is giving away some loot. The pirate hat that you saw me wearing a second ago. I got an Xbox One Game Pass card. I got gift card to the store. I got a coupon code for future purchases. But the real excitement of this was the limited edition poster. And if you know me and you know my game room, you know I am quite the collector. And I love hanging up video game art, and I think any kind I can get is always amazing. The fact that these were limited edition when I found out when I got there was actually really cool. Additionally, since they came with a certificate of authenticity, which is something you don't typically see in production runs of posters. That's typically something that's reserved for more numbered art. So I'm not really sure what the reasoning behind this was, but I can tell you these are really nice, high quality pictures. They are prints, they're not hand printed or anything, or hand painted rather, but they're printed on really nice, thick cardstock. They're still wrapped up in the plastic, so you may see a little bit of glare from the light as I took pictures of them. But I wanted to walk you through some of these because these are really cool concept art, kind of in-game art pictures you may see in the game. So obviously you've looked at this one enough while I'm rambling, and you realize it is in fact a Kraken taking down a ship with a couple of sailors and their dinghy watching from afar. The next one is a really cool naval battle photo. You can see two ships kind of going side by side, launching cannons at each other. Reminds me of this picture reminds me a lot more of Assassin's Creed combat rather than Sea of Thieves combat, which is a little more cartoonish in nature. The way that the plumes of smoke are blowing out and the waves are crashing across the front, especially with the dude over on the side who looks like he's been launched off from a cannonball. That is something you would really see more in an Assassin's Creed game. That said, I think when you put this with the rest of the photos, it actually does kind of, it does look the part. But it is a little interesting they decided to choose that as a set piece because it's not really true to the game. Now this next picture, one of my favorites, this definitely is. You notice the skeleton off in the corner, and you see the ripped and tattered flag of a ghost ship kind of hanging around. And then obviously you see the guards on the other ship kind of looking around at night with a bunch of sails and lights, and definitely a really big ship. And this is really cool because the game does feature a full day and night cycle. So it is very common to be sailing around at night only with, off in the horizon only seeing lanterns of other ships. So that's a kind of cool picture. This next one I really like too. Although the combat in Sea of Thieves isn't nearly as ferocious as this. Here you see two people locked in combat as I guess the captain kind of stands on and looks down at them fighting. But it's really cool. The really kind of goofy tattoos that the characters have and the really colorful pirate clothing you have, absolutely representative of what you will see when you play the game. So I think that's actually a really nice touch, and that's something that I really appreciate about the game. And then lastly, this was the last poster that I got, and this was the this Sea of Thieves logo. Obviously, from afar, if you look at it, it looks like a skeleton. I believe this is actually the box art, too. I'm not entirely sure. I don't have the box because I picked it up on Game Pass. But there you can see just kind of a little smorgasbord of pirates overwatching other pirates getting eaten by sharks. You can see a Kraken over off on the left-hand side. You can see the nasty weather in the background with some seagulls sailing around what looks to be another broken ship behind the rocks. And there you have it. Obviously, I told you guys I got the Game Pass gift card, which is good for 1 free month. I got a couple of these, got a couple gift cards to the store. Really, really nice. Really fun environment. So the loot part of it was great. The booty part of it was great. The only thing that wasn't as exciting was the fact that, unfortunately, due to such high demand, we weren't actually able to play the game. So here we all are wearing our pirate hats, eye patches, which I don't have because my head's too fat. All sitting around, everybody's nerded out. The Microsoft staff is all dressed in pirate stuff. We're all talking like pirates. We're all drinking our grog, which was Coke.
or bottled water. They also had pizza for free, so people are eating and talking and having fun, waiting to get into the game. And unfortunately, Sea of Thieves cut the servers down and said, hey, we can't handle the server load right now, we're shutting it down. So anybody who's in the game, great. Anybody who isn't, unfortunately, can't play. We were on the other side of that wall. Microsoft didn't have any special privileges internal to how the game worked. So we were not able to play, unfortunately. Ended up turning into an impromptu Dragon Ball Fighter Z tournament, at which point my wife and I took our swag and hit the road. Did get to play later on that night, and I will do game impressions on it later on. I wanted to focus solely on the Microsoft event, and I wanted to close with this. You know, if you're somebody who really is passionate about a game, I really have to give a ringing endorsement to Microsoft Store. I've been to both the Florida Mall location and the Millenia Mall location. I visited the one in New York, but it wasn't for any particular event. We just happened to be strolling through. They do an amazing job of bringing people together with these tournaments, with tons of consoles, whether it's tournaments or events or launch parties. It's really, really a fun environment. So if you're really passionate about a game or a type of game or a genre, or you're just looking to make some new friends, I highly encourage you guys to go check it out. It's on their if you Google Microsoft Store or Bing Microsoft Store, and look up the local store near you and go to the games tab. Most of them have gaming newsletters, so they're always doing tournaments and giveaways. I can't even tell you the number of times that I've participated in local tournaments at the Microsoft Store over here, or just gone by and just, you know, sat in the back where they have the Xbox consoles and just picked up impromptu games with my friends. It really is such a cool, free, fun environment, and highly encourage it. So enough about that. I'm gonna get off my high horse and get back into Sea of Thieves because it's an amazing, amazing experience. Expect a more formal review from me with some pretty crazy game footage later on in the week. But until then, get out there, find yourself some booty, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.